I'm Jane Alexander. I practice law in Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, and I know it's difficult to believe, but I've been here practicing since 1956. I had an associate with John Foster in York, and so most of my days were spent in York, but I maintained my office here in Dillsburg and saw clients in the evenings. So I experienced big city practice and local practice. When I started, there were only 2 other attorneys part-time here in Dillsburg. And so I learned that there were a lot of people at that time that needed legal help, and they didn't have the money to pay for it. We're interested here in what did we do for the people who couldn't afford legal services. Here in Dillsburg, as I said, most people wanted real estate work done or estate work. So just a few examples of how we did it. We took payment in kind. My family ate very well with the chickens and the steaks and the eggs and the vegetables that I would take from people who, and at that time chickens were raised in Dillsburg and pigs. But of course we would get paid in food, or we would set up a payment plan where they would pay maybe $1 a week on their bill. And Russ Grice and I very often got together and decided, could we help these people and not pay or not charge a big fee? A fellow wanted to have a will written. He had 2 teenage children and he wasn't well, and he was in his late 40s. So he came and he wanted a will written, but he didn't have any money. And I said, well, why don't you plow my garden? So he plowed the garden. And as a matter of fact, then he came and helped weed it a few times, and that's what paid to have his will written. He didn't realize, and I didn't either, that about approximately 6 to 8 months later, he would be killed in an accident over here at Shepherdstown. It was the idea that we knew that these people needed help, and we were so fortunate that there were lawyers who were willing to give of their time and help these people. The law has changed tremendously. Now we have a lot of family law and things, cases a lot more criminal, and we have a lot of more people too. And so we're very fortunate that the Bar Association has taken steps in the late 1960s to move into formal aid for these people.
I'm not the youngest, I'm not the oldest here, but I think but for Jane, none of us would be where we are right now. Every Women in the Law event that Jane came to, there was always a crowd, there was always a story, there was a little bit of scotch, always a good time. So cheers to Jane.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.